This video is entitled Various Elevations for a Reason. When you came to this world, they never made you aware, taught you, or motivated you to understand the power that you are, that you have, that you carry, your abilities, your dynamic talents, gifts, your cosmic intelligence, your celestial wisdom, for a reason. Because they don't want you to use it. This is why they put their little tidbits out there, little, snippets, little crumbs that they put so you can latch onto these things and waste your energy on these things, such as social media, the news, the internet, video games, movies, all of those types of things. And they also let you know just a little bit of their criminal activities. This way, you're intrigued, you're curious, it piques your interest. Then your awareness and your focus goes right on these things. They call themselves the Illuminati, the Cabal. They don't illuminate anything. They're satanic pedophiles and murderers. That's what they are. They're garbage. They're the worst of the worst. But they put the little dribs and drabs out there for a reason. Freemasonry, the Black Hand, the 33rd level, and all this garbage. And it's all a bunch of nonsense because they want you to do what you're doing. They want you to take your energy and focus it on things that you cannot change, that you cannot control, and that you cannot create. That's how they get you to waste your time and your energy. Notice what is occupying your mind all day long. Is it something positive? No, it's not. Because they control your awareness and your perception through your belief system. Why do I call this video Various Elevations? Well, because it's like mountain climbing. Whenever you find yourself in a specific vibrational environment, the one that they created and control, you're only going to be conscious. You will be conscious about and aware of every element in that vibrational environment, meaning you'll only be able to perceive and interpret what's in there. That field of energy, the atmosphere, the language that is spoken, the elements that vibrate as equivalent, kindred frequencies to you. So in other words, it's like going to a club and everybody is a member and you've known each other for years and you've got your badges and your patches and your membership card and all that. That's basically what this is. But the problem with this is that environment is toxic and it's only going to offer you experiences that match that frequency inside that environment. And you'll never be able to truly utilize your cosmic abilities or your persistence of vision, your telepathic abilities, telekinesis, being a psychic, a medium, a starseed, a light worker, a divine conduit, a mystic shaman, a spiritual healer. It just goes on. None of those things are allowed to be utilized in there because they don't motivate you to realize who and what you are. They just want to use you as a power source and as a food source. That's all you are in their eyes. I call this video Various Elevations, like mountain climbing. Ascension, rising, climbing, going higher and higher in altitude. Increasing the footage from a 10-foot ceiling to a 100-foot ceiling to a 1,000-foot elevation and on upward you go. Why do I call it this? Is because that's exactly what it is. Once you break out of that one-dimensional, linear, lateral, holographic, simulated, polarized duality of egocentric, perception and materialism, hedonism, and so on, then you begin to rise. Because don't forget, this was the lead brick that has been tethered to your balloon the entire time, and it's not going to let you rise. Once you cut that tether, that lead brick gets buried in the ground, and you start to ascend and rise and climb, go higher, higher. That's why I say various elevations, because at various elevations, there's different vibrational environments with different frequencies. Lower and slower, that's what you experience. That's what's going to fill your mind and your imagination. And that's what you're going to project. That's what you're going to see. It's an all-encompassing effect. It's an all-encompassing experience. When you're in this cult, that's what they're going to get you to do unconsciously because they did make you aware of your energy for a reason. They don't want you to know, hey, I'm cosmic. I'm not a freaking tax-paying barcode on my forehead, nameless, faceless piece of meat, aimlessly drifting in their system, an assimilation. A carbon copy of somebody else and millions of others. I'm not that. I'm me. I'm not this body. I'm not this name. I'm not this label, this tag. I'm something other than this world, and they don't tell you that. So here, I'll give you an example. You're in this vibrational environment called the system, And even though you have a certain perceptive lens and a certain a certain level of frequency that you operate on, there are elements in there that are trying to get your attention. Because don't forget, source is everything. There isn't a place where source isn't. Even in the lowest vibrational dimensional planes of unconsciousness, that's source. And source is still trying to get you to be aware of these things. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a kitchen table that's made of wood. Or let's say you have wallpaper or wall paneling or whatever, and you're just oblivious to it because you don't have the perceptive lens high enough to see what the universe has been attempting to show you the whole time, because you're just tunnel vision and you're very low vibrational. And the only language you speak is sex and money and, and that's it. Get yours or die trying and all that subliminal programming garbage. So that's where you operate. So that's what you will be conscious about and aware of. That's what you will be able to see, because that's your environment. You have the perceptive lens that is specifically attuned to the frequency of this atmosphere. So it's like, okay, I see everything. Okay, there's money. Okay, fame. Okay, glory, power, materialism, hedonism, egoism, separatism, polarization, duality, racism, classism, sexism. I get it. Okay, yes, I see it. I see it. Okay, I want more of this. This is what I want. This is what I want. And they keep inducing it in you. You keep rejecting it. You keep eating it. You keep regurgitating it. It's a reciprocity. It's cyclical, And then, unbeknownst to you, there's elements in there as well that are of a higher vibrational nature, attempting to garner your attention and your awareness to say, hey, listen, you don't have to get stuck in here. There's another place you can find yourself. So, but you're so transfixed on these material things, all you know is that. So that's what you will be conscious about and aware of, and that's what you will see and perceive, and that's what your five senses will detect. But that doesn't mean that they're not there. Science has a term for it. It's called pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon in which the mind makes sense of irregular shapes and patterns. This is how their reptilian scientists explain away divinity at work in your life. Like, in other words, if you look at a cloud and you see a face, you're not really seeing the face. It's just that the mind has to make sense of things to what it's familiar to. So it correlates these types of information and it puts it into a recognizable form. It's all nonsense. If you're looking at something, obviously it's there. Science will always explain away everything in order to get you to deviate from your cosmic path of exploration and self-discovery, because they don't want you to awaken. Because once you do that, it's a done deal for them. They can't control you. Once that genie is out of the bottle, they can't put it back. That's what they're trying to prevent. So what I'm saying is that I call it various elevations because there's always various elevations. Consider this a mountain that has no top. And you can just keep climbing it forever and you'll never reach the top. There's no zenith. There's no apex. It just keeps going on forever, upward, upward, upward. Various elevations. When you climb that mountain, you're at 1,000-foot ceiling, then you're at a 5,000-foot ceiling, and then a 10,000. That's your vibrational environment. The higher you go, the faster you become, the lighter you become, the more aware, the more conscious, the more awakened, the more enlightened. You see? That's ascension. That is ascension right there. That's consciousness. You are rising out of the grave of the three-dimensional linear lateral holographic illusionary mentality into being born again as a soul. The mind will be born again as a soul. If you take a graphic depiction of the physical mind and you invert it, it looks like a fetus. That's the universe speaking volumes. How can it not be? It's unfortunate that people with a low vibrational perceptive lens can't perceive these things because they haven't been trained to recognize them as anything valid or worthy of their time. And that's exactly what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the reason why you drift and all you care about is sex and money and, food. That's it. That's programming. That's it. And you revere people that aren't even people. They're creatures from the depths of hell. That's where they're from. I've already made several videos. In order for you to become famous, you either have to sleep with somebody, know somebody, or buy your way in. And then once you're in, they don't let you through that threshold unless you kill somebody. You have to kill people and they videotape it. That's how they blackmail you. There has to be a sacrifice. It has to, maybe your mother, your sister, somebody has to die in order for you to get that fame. And for you to keep it, you have to continue to keep doing things. That's how it works. It doesn't matter who it is. Your rock stars, rap stars, everybody, musicians, movie stars, television stars, all these people, talk show hosts, all of them. No exceptions, all of them. They get invited to these parties, they get approached, the deal is made, blah, 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 da, 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 and then they're off. That's it. Because they say, okay, I'm going to be a multimillionaire, I'm going to be famous, and my family isn't going to get touched. Okay, I'm in. That's all they care about. Because they're not human, they're inhuman. But anyway, what I'm saying in this video, various elevations. It's up to you. I've already done a video before where I put, wow, this is the most amazing thing or something like that. You can look at that video. It's real cool. I did 2 of them where you actually choose, because see, when you're in that matrix, they're governing you. That's what the word government means. It means mind control. Govern, which is control, and MENT means mind. Mind control. They're throwing it right in your face. They're throwing it right in your face. So when you're in their system, they're controlling you. So they're pumping in what they want you to project on their behalf, like a useless tool. You're just a mindless robot, like a slave or a trained chimp. You're going to just do what you're told to do. Go over there and set that fire. Go over there and burn that house down. Go over there and blow that up. Go over there and kill that person. Destroy this. Crush that. Kill this. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing all day long. That's why these negative thoughts are popping into your head constantly, because they're being placed there by subconscious demonic parasites that are attaching themselves to your subconscious brain. They control your reality. They manipulate your frequency, right? They formulate thought patterns and thought forms that you think are your own, but they're not. They're just actually getting you to do what they want you to do and make it as if you're in control of yourself. You don't have free will like you think. That's an illusion. You got a little bit of wiggle room. You don't have free will like you think. If you did, you could just do whatever you want here. I do. Right now, I want to manifest the earth being destroyed and cut in half right now. You know how many crazy people out there will be doing off-the-wall stuff? No, there has to be checks and balances to this. And of course, the universe knows that human beings are crazy and inherently dysfunctional. Absolutely. You can't be giving a child the 357 Magnum and not expecting them to pull the trigger. Come on now, folks. It don't work like that. But anyway, it's up to you. So once you pull yourself out of that vibrational environment, and then you create your own environment, it's whatever you want. Now you're in charge. You're in control. You've taken back your energy. That you surrendered to the system. You don't care what people think. You don't care what they say about you. You're proactive. You're autonomous. That's self-love. Now from that space, you can fill that space with high vibrational things like your desired reality, healing, positivity, laughter. You can, resuscitate your inner child that's been on life support your whole time because they've been attempting to kill it. You can bring back your innocence, your purity, the magic you had when you were a child, the way you saw this world as a big playground and it was just all fun. That all comes back. No dream ever dies. They simply remain dormant in your imagination, patiently awaiting the power of your intentions to resuscitate them back to life, because they're in a state of suspended animation. No destiny is ever left forsaken. Every breath is given to you, none are ever taken. God is putting you here for a reason and a purpose. You have things to do. You're not put here to do what you want to do. You've been placed here to do what God needs you to do. So you got to come correct with this stuff. You can't just go if you want to be a part of that, let me just chill out, watch TV, then you're going to come back. If you want to embrace justice system, go for it. But you're going to be coming back here. Ain't no doubt. Until you awaken to what I'm telling you is the truth. You have reasons and purposes and roles and missions in here that you need to accomplish. You need to set these tasks. You need to accomplish them one after another. What they are on your behalf, I don't know. That's a personal journey between you and Source. Nobody knows that. But various elevations. You can create whatever you want. It none's off the table. You want to win the lottery, just say, I've already won it. Don't pigeonhole to a specific amount. And don't just focus on the lottery. Casino, inheritance, investment. You could be gifted money, perhaps a lawsuit coming, perhaps you find money, you earn it, whatever. There's a million ways to do it. Don't leave anything off the table, but don't pigeonhole yourself to one door. I only want to win the lottery and everything else, I'm just going to shut it out. Don't do that, because then you're crippling the universe's ability to help you in a various amount of capacities. You can get it from expected and unexpected sources when you least expect it. Trust me. Just leave everything open. No option off the table. Nothing. Just say to the universe, however you can send it to me, I'll be grateful, appreciative, thankful to receive it. Amen. And you could be working on ascending and creating even higher vibrational environments. That you control everything. You have to be conscious about these things, aware of them, to realize them. And that's what it's all about. See, but when you're unconscious, you're unaware, and you can't realize anything. That's the system. That's why they keep you fast asleep, hypnotized and lied to, dumbed down and fattened up. That's exactly what they do. It's always the same with them. See all the garbage going on in the world right now? Turn on TikTok. Look at that trash. It's all garbage. It's absolute putrid garbage. Ever since the eclipse, things have changed. You'll see. Things will start to unfold. The old will fall away, just like a snake shedding its skin. It must. It cannot remain this way. This system is diseased and fractured, and it will implode. Absolutely. Absolutely. But anyway, various elevations, mountain climbing, just keep going. The higher you go, the lighter you become, the more streamlined, the more unencumbered, and the more weightless you become. Light, high vibration happiness. Just keep rising, 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 rising. And if you fall back, that's okay. We all fall in life. It's not a crime to fall. What is a crime is that when you refuse to get back up and rise. So rise.